Hello and welcome back to another edition of Jonesin for Wins. My name is Craig Havens. I'm here with Jonathan Almanzar. Our special guest has called in sick today. I think he's a little worried about the game. Sick about watching the Giants lose on Thanksgiving Day. So today, Jonathan and I are going to handle everything. We're going to talk about the upcoming game. We're going to talk about the upcoming games on Thanksgiving Day. We'll go through some different points on what we think, and we'll go from there. Winging a little bit today, Jonathan. What are you thinking about the game? First of all, what do you think about our guest not showing?
Yeah, I think he got a touch of the coward flu. Is
Yeah,
what I think.
yeah,
It's embarrassing for him or her. I don't really know
it
who it
was him.
was.
Well, actually,
But
what's funny is we tried backing him up with several people, and all of them couldn't make it.
yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, and all these Giants fans were so loud just like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
G- Going into that first Cowboys game, I heard so many Giants fans in my life, which there are way too many of them, talking a lot of trash. And then after you get beat by Cooper Rush, I guess
it slows
there's
things
the fear
down.
factor. The fear
Yeah,
factor starts to set in. But I think the Cowboys are going to completely dominate and control this game from
yeah.
start to finish.
I have a feeling you're correct. I mean, I think we're going to let them, not let them, but I think they will score ultimately. They've got Saquon Barkley. Daniel Jones ran on us last time. Um, I don't know. I mean, we got a spy on Daniel Jones. I mean,
Yeah, I think our running defense is not fixed yet. Uh, but I also think the Giants are just. I mean, look what Detroit did to them. And
right.
if Detroit's defense can shut them down like that, I'm pretty sure our defense can shut them down as well. And I wouldn't, if I was the Cowboys, if I was Dan Quinn, I wouldn't even be going into this thinking about sacks at all. Like, who cares? I actually kind of don't want to sack Daniel Jones because I want him to get the ball in the air so we can intercept it. I think we'll have more opportunities to turn the ball over if he's throwing it than we're going to by sacking him and making him fumble.
Yeah,
So
the
I would
problem
just focus
is
100% on the run and then interceptions.
push him out of the pocket and he may run instead of
Do
throw a
you,
stupid ball.
so we're coming up to Thanksgiving, and are you the family that plays football together on Thanksgiving?
No. Are you? No,
Okay.
you're not.
Uh, we were when I was kids, like
Oh,
my
yeah.
uncles and all of us. And I always, one of my favorite things to do was always play like way off of my other cousins or brothers who were
Yep.
much younger and smaller than me. So I'd play way off
You
them,
bait him.
goad my sister or the other girl that was the all-time quarterback into throwing the ball towards them and then intercept it. That's how I think the Cowboys should play this game. All spies, like all three linebackers are spies. That's all they do. And then you have four on the line, three spies, and then you have
Just man on
four
the
deep.
outsides.
Yeah, and not even covering people, just kind of hanging out in zone spots and make Daniel Jones throw it into interceptions.
This could be one of the things that keeps us from our coaching careers, but I would throw it out there. Why not? So so yeah, basically, I think that I do think that this becomes a good day. I think our offense has a very good day. I think we're going to score. I think we're going to score big. I don't know that we're going to do 40 again, but again, I hope that once we get up, we don't make adjustments to kill the clock. Let's just
Yeah,
keep our foot on the gas. I think teams, you said it the other day, like the teams that just work to stall, they're the teams that
yeah,
aren't going to make it a win, and they need that time killed.
right.
We don't need that time killed. We need to score. We need the confidence. We need to put the fear into other teams. I just believe that we need to get confidence because we're going to face San Francisco in the playoffs. It's going to happen. And
Yeah,
we've got this fear of them that we're going to lose. It doesn't matter what it is. It's Green Bay, it's San Fran. We've got that fear.
yeah.
But I don't know. So to me, we need to build the confidence. We need to just keep our foot on the gas, keep scoring, forget about making adjustments to kill the clock. I don't care if the score is 48-0. Just keep our foot on the gas.
I I think it's interesting how like when the Cowboys come off of a bad game or a terrible game, it's so easy to talk a lot about the next game and all the things they need to do. But after they've dominated like this and they're playing a very, very weak, overrated, overinflated team like the Giants, there's not really that much you can say other than I think that the Cowboys are going to win. They're going to win easily and by quite a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Hey, what's your favorite? I've been thinking about this. What's your most memorable Thanksgiving Day Cowboys game?
It would be Cowboys against Miami.
Me too.
Leon Lett.
In the snow. In the
Yep.
snow. Yeah, me too. That's like there's basically two Cowboys games, Thanksgiving Day games that I think of. I think of that one, and unfortunately, I think of Jason Garrett throwing all the stupid touchdowns that one time. Those are the two
Jason
thoughts that
Garrett,
come to
major memories.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I have a question for you. So
Mm-hmm.
let's take a look at, and I'm leaving Cowboys for a moment, but well, not really leaving Cowboys. I'm I'm going back to that San Francisco thing. Who are your five most hated teams in the NFL? Because I started thinking about this. So hold on a sec. I started thinking about this because I was like, Giants fans, they hate Cowboys, right? And then I was like, everybody in our division hates us, number one. Like, if you ask a Giants fan, if you ask a Redskins fan, if you ask an Eagles fan, what team in your division do you hate the most? 98% of the time, it's going to be Cowboys. So I don't think I really hate the Giants. I, maybe it's because there's not a big fear of the Giants in forever, but like I don't. So I was thinking about this. I'm like, I think that we are hated by all of them the most. What is your ranking of hate in our division?
In our division, or who
Yep,
are
in our
the
division
five teams
first. In our
or
division first.
five teams I hate the most? In our division, I think I hate the Eagles the most,
Yep.
the Giants second most, the Redskins third.
Oh, see, I'm Eagles, Redskins, Giants, and I'm Redskins mostly because forever there was that rivalry. There was just that hatred.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
the, the pure
10 years
hatred
ago,
between
then yeah,
the teams, the fans. There were games where like the Redskins would run the ball right at Danny White just because there was a not Danny White, Reggie White, just because there was a hatred for Randy White, because there was a hatred for it. And every play that came in, no, we're running at Randy. And so it was I remember those days. So I hated the Redskins back then. And now the Eagles have really just become a hatred. And I think that rivalry is building, but I think some of these rivalries are dead.
yeah.
But your five most hated teams in the NFL now. And I want to see how
Okay.
many of them are in our division. Go ahead.
Zero are going to be in our division, I think. So,
Really?
yeah. I
There
hate
goes
the
the
Broncos.
rivalries. They're gone.
I hate the Broncos. Hate them so much. I hate the Baltimore Ravens.
Yep.
Always have, always will. Can't quit hating them. I hate them. I hate the Rams. Can't stand the Rams. I I have an unhealthy amount of hatred for the Rams. Like they change how I feel about people in my life. The
Huh.
Rams, my hatred for the Rams. I hate the Green Bay Packers. I will always root for them to lose. I'm happy anytime to see them lose. And I hate the Houston Texans.
Wow.
I also kind of
Not
hate the
one in
Tennessee
our division.
Titans. I
You don't
really
even
kind
have
of
a
hate the
lot
Tennessee.
in our conference, let alone our division.
Yeah, no. How
Well,
about you?
so my number one hated is the Eagles.
Okay.
My number two hated is a toss up. It's San Fran, which is I'm putting them on number two. Is San Fran. I hate San Fran.
Yeah,
Number three is Green Bay Packers. I hate them, and
yeah,
they probably changed my life. I like their fans. I hate their team. I hate everything. I've always hated their quarterback, and maybe it is a thing that we just kind of can't figure that out. But I hate them. So that's three. Four, Pittsburgh Steelers. I hated them in the '70s. and I hate him now. I hate him for Ben Roethlisberger.
But you were, oh, I was getting ready to say, aren't you a huge Ben Roethlisberger fan?
Yeah,
Wasn't
okay.
that the short little period of time there? You were like, man, that
No,
guy, I like everything
no,
about that man.
never a
Yeah.
day was
I
that
thought it
sad.
was his off-field life that like motivated you.
It
Yeah, you
it
took a
has
lot,
been
drew a
an
lot of
inspiration.
inspiration
I
from.
bought my daughter his jersey just hoping one day she
Yeah,
could meet him in a hotel room. Yeah.
yeah.
No, that's horrifying.
I think it was a bar,
And
and I
then
think it was a bathroom at a bar. But go ahead.
my other one is New England Patriots. And
Yeah.
the Ravens are up there, very high up
So
there in my
you hate
opinion.
New England even without Tom Brady there?
So that's the funny thing. I was thinking about that this morning. Is do I hate them or do I hate Tom Brady? And I don't know the answer because quite honestly, I used to like them. I mean, they were like I used to like Seattle. I hate Seattle. I used to like Seattle. I used to like New England, and I used to like Tampa Bay.
Yeah, and yeah, I'm with
So
you. I hate all three of those teams as well.
yeah, and I don't know what the reason necessarily is for New England. I think it has a lot to do with Tom Brady. I think it became a race to six rings that did it. I'm not sure,
Hmm.
but
Yeah, I think
those are my hates.
San
My top
Francisco and
five.
the Rams, San Francisco and the Rams for me are interchangeable. I can like as much as I hate the Rams, whichever one's doing better is the one I hate more at that time.
So you didn't even put Sanford in your list, and the Rams are
I know,
terrible.
I know.
So yeah, I mean that's my list of hatred. I got that out of my way. I feel like I've got that burden lifted
Good.
before
Now you can
Thanksgiving.
enjoy Thanksgiving, right?
But as I was thinking about this whole thing, I'm like, rivalries are gone. I don't know if it's because we've become more friendly in the world today. We're not on Facebook and on social media. We're not friendly at all. But for some reason, we're friendly. Well, I think we're all showing friendly, but the rivalries are gone, and it's killing football to me. I liked when there was a rivalry and not fights and stuff like that, but like a good rivalry between two teams. And now I hate
Yeah,
most teams that are not even in our division more than I hate the teams in our division.
I think that would be interesting to find out why rivalries have kind of died down. And maybe it's the internet has done that somehow because the internet's the best way to blame for anything, you know.
That is true. The
So
internet, and we could always say that like satellite TV, where the games are now you
yeah,
can get any game as opposed to just the rivalry games that used to be on in the 70s. But yeah, I'm not sure, but it's ruined it for me. I'm done. I'm out. I'm leaving.
I'm sorry to hear that.
No, so rivalries to me they've kind of changed, and it's just not as it kind of sucks, but whatever. We'll build new rivalries. The Eagles, we've got that, but I can't believe they're not on your top.
No, they're not. I mean, I just I don't. There's
You won't
they're
even
no
put them in your
threat.
power rankings.
I know, but it's just because I don't think they're good and they're no threat. Like they're just there. They're super annoying and they're around, but who cares, you know?
Yeah, I hear you. So the Giants are coming to town. It's Thanksgiving Day. You think this is going to be one of those games that stands out, or is this just going to be? I mean, it can stand out for many reasons. It can stand out because obviously there always could be that hiccup where the Cowboys
I
do something stupid. It could stand out because it's the biggest blowout in our history. It could be a shootout that comes right down to the last second and becomes this great game.
no,
Do you see
I
anything coming out of this game that's going to make
no,
it memorable?
nope.
You
I
think this is
think
going
it's
to be
gonna
a
be.
boring Thanksgiving game like
I
watching
think it's gonna
Detroit
be the
every year?
worst game. It's gonna be the worst game of Thanksgiving. This is gonna take the Detroit Lions game its place, and we're gonna be like, well, I mean, yeah, we'll be happy because the Cowboys won, but like we're just gonna be like, that was a boring game. It's gonna feel like a good team's playing against a bad team, and the good team's playing well, and the bad team's playing poor.
Huh.
And that's how I think it's gonna feel. So, do you think it's gonna have like some magical thing to it?
I'd like to. You've got two teams that are highly ranked, um, highly ranked being, good records, playing for something that matters, but I don't know that it's going to feel like I don't know that it's going to feel like Minnesota. It's like we're playing Minnesota all over again. It's a
Yeah, I
team that
know.
is good on paper, that in reality, when you play them, I don't know that they're gonna be. So
It's
I don't know. It feels like it's gonna be a one-sided game,
yeah,
with the
yeah.
exception of Saquon Barkley.
Who's their best wide receiver?
Sterling. Oh wait, I I honestly I couldn't tell you who their best receiver is right now.
Tony? Is do
He's
they have a
gone.
Tony?
Tooney. He's gone, isn't
Tooney?
he?
Yeah. I just I really don't know. I like that's how little I care about them.
Wow.
I mean, I could name Daniel Jones, Saquon Barkley.
You know, it's funny. I was talking to my wife this morning, and she's like, well, "I'll hop on your podcast, and I'll be your Giants fan." I'm like, "You don't know anything about the Giants." And she's like, "Yeah, I do." I'm like, "Name a player in the Giants organization." Tiki Barber, not there
Nope.
anymore. Eli Manning, not there anymore. Name a player
Mark Barr,
currently, like currently
Carl
playing.
Banks. Yeah, I know.
Michael
It's
Strahan.
yeah. What
But
was the guy with the four fingers that blew him off holding
um,
on to
J
firecrackers too long?
um,
Jean Pierre
Jean
Paul,
Pierre, yeah, Paul.
JPP.
Yep,
Yeah,
JPP. Yeah, I
yeah.
mean, he's still playing.
Oh, didn't they draft like that guy from Oregon, a defensive end from Oregon? I think the Giants drafted this year, who's supposed to be really
I
good.
I didn't pay attention to the
Thibodeau,
draft. Oh,
Kayvon
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Thibodeau.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
I,
So can we talk
this
about something
this
other
is a
than
show
the?
I wish we had a Giants fan on for, because it's really, we're boring everyone right now, and that's
Can
how
we
this
talk about
game is
something
gonna
other
go. So yes,
than the Giants?
let's talk Thanksgiving. All right,
Okay.
we got three games on tap. We got the Bills, Detroit, Bills at Detroit. We've got Giants at Cowboys, which we've already killed the topic, and we've got Pats at Minnesota. So
Okay.
this week, I think we're gonna do another podcast on Friday. Friday work
Okay.
for you?
I
Follow
think
up
so.
on this game. We'll talk about the results of this game. And since we're gonna pick winners for Thursday's games today.
Okay.
So on Friday, we'll pick winners of the Sunday games, almost like a mini bye week kind of thing, like we did with the bye week. We talk about the rest of the NFL and go through there. Does that work for you?
Yep.
Good, because you are already assigned to it as the host. I'm
Good.
making you be on the show. All right. So Bills at Detroit. What are you seeing? What are you thinking?
I think it's going to be 31-28 Buffalo. Who's this a home game for?
Detroit. Detroit and Cowboys are always at
No,
home.
I know it's no, I know they're playing.
Oh yeah,
Detroit.
the Bills were at home in Detroit last week. That's a good call.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think 31-28 Buffalo. Did you know
it's a really good
that?
score, by the way. I like that score. It's a good
Thank you.
number.
Josh Allen is the quarterback who has thrown the second most possible turnover balls of any quarterback in the NFL.
Who is this?
Josh Allen.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. So it's something like it's a ridiculously high number, something like 6 balls a game or 5 balls a game that he throws have a higher than not percentage to be intercepted.
Huh. He has more interceptions than Tua. Well, I mean, he's played more than Tua, but Tua's got a better touchdown to interception ratio than he does.
I mean, yeah. So anyway, I think it's going to be 31-28. I think it's going to be a good game back and forth. I don't think Buffalo's a juggernaut. I think they're good, not great. And I think Detroit is turning things around, but they still have a terrible defense. You?
I'm going 35-33.
Who?
I'm going with the Bills. I don't want to.
Wow. I've always thought the Bills and you had a love child somewhere.
Yeah, I know you do. I don't know where you always get that, because you've brought it up on this show many times. I went to school up there,
It's
and
because you
all
grew
I
up there.
heard was, I didn't grow up there, but I went to college up there. But it was not it doesn't matter. I've not
You're
been
not in
a
love with them.
gigantic fan, so yeah. But
Okay.
I think you're right. I think this is a back and forth game. I think that it comes down to whoever has the ball in the end of the game. I think that
Yeah.
team scores and that team wins. So I'm going with 35-33. I'm going to put it on
Do you
2-point game.
do you if you could pick one thing from that game, like one thing that will be memorable from that game, what do you think it'll be? One memorable moment.
A last second missed field goal by Detroit.
Okay, so then the team with the ball at the end of the game isn't the one who wins.
Well, there'll be 1 second left, and Detroit will have to kick it off to the Giants. Or to the
After they miss
to
the
Bills.
field goal, they're going to
After
have
they
to
miss the
kick it
field
off.
goal. Yeah, yep. They're gonna have to kick it off.
So
Yes,
that,
after
I think the
missing.
most-
After missing, they're gonna have to kick it off. It'll be the Giants' ball again.
I think that's the most memorable thing from this
It's-
game is they
Well, you
changed the
remember
rules
you
completely.
remember the extra point after a field goal in your one game.
Yeah.
So I'm saying they have to kick it off afterward. Yes, it's a
Okay.
it's a weird rule change. The ref, we're gonna have that same reffing team. They're gonna come over. It'll be a missed field goal. They're gonna pick up the ball. They're gonna walk it over. They're gonna everyone's gonna be lined up where the ball was. The Giants will, and like Daniel Jones is gonna be like, "What the hell's going on?" And he's gonna be like, "What the heck?" And Winkendale's gonna be like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 what's going on?" And then Detroit is going to catch on to what's happening. This is where it's gonna be really memorable. Detroit's gonna catch on, and they're gonna run down there, kick it off. They're gonna get the ball back, grab it because it's a live ball. Giants are still gonna be going around, what the hell is happening? Detroit's gonna pick it up, run it into the end zone. Instead of being 33-35, it's going to be 40-35 Detroit. And if that happens, I get a point.
So okay, so did you just change your predicted score?
No,
Is it now
I didn't.
40 to 35?
I didn't actually. No.
Oh, okay. I think Detroit should kick it offside. If that happens, they should kick an onside kick.
If everything happens the way I just said.
Well, yeah. If they line up to kick that ball, they're why would they kick it off? I mean, you have to kick on sides at that point, right? I feel
Well,
like,
wait, hold on. What are we talking about here? Because I was talking about if they miss the field goal, they wouldn't kick it off.
Detroit misses the field goal.
Yes.
Then you said they have to kick off.
Oh, because
so
the ref team. Yes.
If they kick it on, you have to kick off onside at that point. You cannot just kick the ball.
Yeah, because the Giants would be downfield farther. Yeah.
No, the Buffalo will be down the field.
Yeah, the Giants won't. Giants are going to be at the game.
I don't know why Daniel Jones was staring around, being like, "What's going on?" But that's what you said. So I think that they have to kick it onside because if they don't kick onside, Dan Campbell has to get fired at the end of that game. Correct?
Well, yeah, but I mean,
so
all this would have to be a weird scenario where you have to kick off after missing a field goal, which you wouldn't kick off after missing a field goal. So somebody's losing their job for certain.
Right. Yeah. No, I'm in agreement. So I think the weird thing that comes out of this game will be everyone saying, how did Buffalo almost let Detroit come back? I think Buffalo will get a big lead and Detroit will come storming back and we think they're going to win. And there'll be a controversial call at the end that keeps them from winning. And all the talking heads will be, what's wrong with Buffalo? What's broken in Buffalo? And Josh Allen maybe will throw a couple picks in the fourth quarter or something like that allows Detroit to come back. And people are really going to start freaking out then.
Interesting.
Yeah. Next game.
Giants-Cowboys.
Giants-Cowboys. I think the Cowboys are going to win. I am changing my score from yesterday. I think the Cowboys are going to win 45-11.
11.
Yeah, I think right away the Giants are going to score a touchdown and go for two for some stupid reason, and they'll get it, and then they'll kick a field goal later on in the game.
I'm going 42-16. I think there's 3 field goals, 1 touchdown. I think Saquon gets 1 in.
And how much did you say the Cowboys?
42.
42.
Yep.
What's your shooting stars prediction for this game?
Are we doing that already?
Well, we can hold on.
So my shooting stars is, I believe that the Cowboys, contrary to your belief, I believe the Cowboys will have more sacks than Dak Prescott has incompletions in this game.
Okay. I could see that. I could see that happening. I think that there's going to be a hat trick, and that hat trick is going to be 3 picks by one player.
Ooh.
Yeah. Did you say who or ooh?
I said ooh, but who?
Yeah. Oh, I'm not. It gets too complicated when you start picking an exact who it's going to be, because then too many things have to come about for me to get it
And
right.
the
Because
Giants are going to be watching us because
yeah, so
teams watch us.
I'm not going to declare who's going to have the hat trick of interceptions, but one of the Cowboys will have a hat trick of interceptions.
Hmm.
Wouldn't it be crazy though if it were somebody like
Blamed.
Micah Parsons or somebody like that,
Oh
or
yeah.
Blank? Yeah, yeah,
Or what about Tank?
yeah. Could be. I think it'd be pretty cool to see one of them jump up and slap the ball, and DeMarcus Lawrence run behind and pick it up right before it hits
And
the
run it
turf and run it right
right
back, just
over
like Jim
right
Jeffcoat.
over Daniel Jones into the end
Was it
zone.
Jim Jeffcoat? And wasn't it Jim Jeffcoat and Too
And
Tall
Ed
Jones?
Jones, yep.
Yeah, that did that too. And that's my first football memory.
Yep.
Is that Cowboys game against the
I
Giants too?
I loved those teams. That was
Yeah,
I love Jim Jeffcoat. I love um, Ed
Too Tall
Jones.
Jones,
I've got
Eddie
that
White.
autographed football in the other room. All right, next game because we're moving on from the Cowboys. We already talked about it too much. Pats at Minnesota. Patriots, Minnesota. In
Yeah,
Minnesota. This to me, big bounce back game for Minnesota. Although the
yeah.
Patriots defense is playing tremendously.
So what's your
I'm
pick?
waiting on yours.
Oh, I am gonna go with 21-9 Minnesota.
Huh. I'm going 27-17 Minnesota.
Okay. You think Mac Jones can score 2 touchdowns? I don't
Uh,
think Mac Jones could score 2 touchdowns if he started at the 5 yard line for every single drive.
no, I think their defense scores one of them.
Okay. And then
I
their special teams runs the other kickback. Runs a
a
kickback.
punt, a punt last
Yeah.
minute. Yeah, I could have called that last week. So you got a memorable moment from this one? Anything to make this Thanksgiving evening
Yeah.
game exciting?
Yeah. It's going to be a Justin Jefferson catch again. Like there's going to be a catch that rivals his. Even though it's not going to be for the win, there's going to be a catch that he makes that rivals his catch from 2 weeks ago against Buffalo, or the Odell Beckham catch, something that sticks out on a Thanksgiving day that people are just going to be like, that was a catch. Was Odell Beckham's? No, that was a Monday night game,
No,
right?
yeah, yep.
So I think if he makes a catch during a game like that, is just it's going to it's just going to solidify him as a superstar.
I don't know that anyone really doubts him to be there.
I know,
It's funny
but like,
because Adam Thielen was that guy, and then Diggs quickly took that over. Adam Thielen, when
yeah,
he was a rookie, was like people were amazed.
yeah.
Then Diggs came, and he took that over. And you'd think it would have gone back to Adam Thielen, but no, it goes right to Jefferson. So, I would be. I think it's going to be something on defense. I think it will be like a defensive pick or a monster sack that just takes the ball and like
I
releases the
I have
ball like a sack fumble.
I'm changing everything about this game.
Wow.
My new score, 21-17 New England. 21-17 New England. And my moment from this game is Bailey Zappi coming in, not because Mac Jones gets hurt, but because he gets benched and leads them
When does he get
to
benched?
3. He gets benched in the first half. Coming out of the first half, he's benched when we go into the second half. And because he's completely inept and they have like 12 yards of offense or something. And Bailey Zappi leads them on 3 touchdown drives in the second half of the game to win.
All right. I'm going with it. So Thanksgiving is now John Madden's day. I think he deserves it. I think he deserves it. I like John Madden.
Yeah, he deserves it. I mean, he is white, so of course he deserves it.
Wow. Getting dark. So Thanksgiving. Let's see. I don't know. What are you doing for Thanksgiving? What's your plan?
We're having like a neighborhood Thanksgiving party, I think. I don't know.
Nice.
I think there's a turkey in my pool thawing right now, and
A turkey in your pool?
yeah, isn't that weird? Don't tell any of the neighbors though, because I want them just to think that it's a regular. It's saltwater pool, so we're brining it kind of, right?
Yeah, totally makes
But
sense.
no, that's what we're doing. We're having like a neighborhood party and gonna watch the game. How about you?
Nice. Well, we were supposed to go down to my brother's, but my daughter
You're
got
like, I
sick
don't want to
yesterday.
guy.
My daughter got sick yesterday, so we're gonna
And
be.
they're Giants fans, right?
My brother's a
Is he a
Giants
Giants?
fan, yes. Yep.
Yeah,
My brother's a Giants fan. My father is a Cowboys fan. Um,
yeah,
I got a question for you. How'd you become
yeah.
a Cowboys fan?
My dad was a Cowboys fan
Yeah.
growing up when I was a kid, and he had a little piece of turf. He had two things. He had a little piece of turf from the Dallas Cowboys Stadium, and he had a letter from Roger Staubach that Roger Staubach had actually handwritten my
Oh,
dad one
nice.
time. And he had them in his office, and so every time I would go in his office, I would see those things, and I just like became a Cowboys fan.
Nice.
You? I
I
mean,
my
you grew up in New York,
I grew up in
so
upstate New York. Yeah, but I grew up where like there is no team. It's in the middle of upstate New York. There's no I mean the Bills were 4 hours away, the Giants were 4 hours away, the Jets were 4 hours away. So I watched what was on TV. My father was a Cowboys fan. So I became a Cowboys fan just because of that. But, watching TV back then, there was no satellite, there was no other way. You watched what was on. So when I got interested in football and started watching it, it was, watching with my dad. I watched, Tony Dorsett was awesome. I had little Tony Dorsett gloves. They were kind of
uh-huh.
cool. But
Did you have a Raphael Septien glove too?
I did not. I did not.
Good.
Shoes. I had his shoes. So
Yeah.
no, so I watched that growing up forever, and then Thanksgiving we watched football. So
Yeah.
there was that, and I mean you just kind of got used to it. It was a lot of fun. So yeah, that was how I became a Cowboys fan, and I've just always been Mets fan. Totally different story though. My grandmother became a Mets fan, so she lived in Long Island, so
Yeah.
she became a fan of baseball to have something with her grandsons.
Yeah.
So, but you
Let's
grew up
save
in
that for the
Colorado.
let, let's save that for the Boring for Wins podcast.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
We
Yeah,
do
boring for
baseball
wins.
talk. Yeah.
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 So this,
Yeah, no, I grew up in Colorado, which is why the Broncos are on the top of my hate list.
nice, nice.
Mm-hmm.
So this off season, we're going to do a special podcast for learning football for those not in America. So people that they can be in America, I don't care, wherever they're from, they want to learn about football. So we're going to kind of do a little bit about American football. So
Yeah.
got that to look forward to. So yeah, it does not look like it's close to winter in your backyard.
No, it isn't right now. In fact, I'm burning up a little sitting out here. So
All right, so what is your Seeing Stars prediction? I didn't hear yours. Did I? We did.
three picks, hat trick,
Oh, that's right. Yes, yes, yes. All right.
hat trick pick.
So with no Giants fan to speak of, we had how many alternates we tried reaching out to? I had two, you had one. So total of four Giants fans. Zero showed. I'd say that shows about what the team's going to do this weekend or this
Yeah,
week.
no show,
So no
no
show.
show.
No show Thursday is what
Yeah.
what I think we're at. So yeah, beautiful. So we will be back on Friday. We'll go over some of the games coming up on this weekend. We'll talk a little bit about the division and things like that. Otherwise, I guess if anybody out there has some predictions for the score, let us know. If you think there's going to be a memorable moment, let us know. Jonathan will probably award you points because he likes doing that over me. But yeah, otherwise, if you like what you saw, like us, subscribe, all that stuff, and we will talk to you on Friday.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.